Hello and welcome to this video. I really wanted to come on and talk a little bit about supervision, counseling and psychotherapy supervision. I am preparing to start my training module at the University of Salford, and I lead the module there. And I felt to come in and talk about what I value in supervision, why I think it's so important moving forward, and how I aspire to be in relationship with my supervisees. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Maria Kefalogianni. I am a qualified psychotherapist for over 16 years now. I am also a counseling supervisor, and I've been supervising practitioners in the field and students and holding groups for over 2012 or 12 years, and more recently a trainer of supervisors at the university for over 5 years. But what is supervision? It's an integral part of our professional and personal development. I am a firm believer that we can only give what we embody. And just like therapy, supervision for me is a beautiful, playful, curious space in which we can explore and we can return again and again and again to the true essence of us that knows innately what is happening for our clients. So I tend to, and I know it's a very religious term, but I tend to describe it as a sacred terminus. And this is because it is a place that can transmute shadow. It's a place where we can discover our essence, who we truly are. I can't remember who said that life is about removing projections. And oh my goodness, supervision is really offering a playground for that, to discover where we project, how we project. And in the gentle sort of identifying of the scripts that we have internalized, the voices of our ex-tutors or current tutors or ex-supervisors that we haven't had a good relationship with, family, historically, cultural legacy burdens are, we carry this everywhere we go, and it requires a continuous inner work so that we gently embrace them, for we are humans and it's inevitable that we will tap into these places. So supervision, it's almost like an inhale for me. It's like almost like, let's breathe into this space and let's slow right down to check it against our felt sense. So it's a space that can embrace different intelligences, and the way that I work is deeply relational, is built on Rogers' foundational principles of empathy, curiosity, unconditional positive regard, and deep high levels of congruence. An embodied felt sense, an embodied sense of what I feel might be happening, and guiding you to find and discover that sensing, that embodied wisdom. And the way that we can do that is through exploring in different ways. Quite often metaphor is a great way, or integrating arts, Santre, or I use imagery cards. The body seems to be a default, and it's a component in any ways of exploration anyway. Inviting you to really sit with your feelings in the client, and using, it's like what John Rowan, a very famous transpersonal psychotherapist, said. I think he mentioned it about therapy, but it applies to supervision, it applies to life. Effective therapy and lifing supervision is walking emptily perfect and perfectly empty. it's occupying that liminal ground in between where both parties are allowed to press the pause button. We're not here to compete. We're not here to prove to anything. We're here to curiously explore. Yeah. And given the distractions that this life is presenting, supervision, I'd like it to feel, for myself when I receive it, a breathing space, an oasis. And I think it's a muscle. It's a muscle that's helping us to build that expansion of that breathing space in any activity we do in life. So my background practicing of self-inquiry for 17 years has served me really well to allow that question of who am I to really land in the space in between us, and to discover together what is it that you love, what are your values as a coach, as a holistic practitioner, as a space holder. How do you want to walk into your role, and what would you like to ripple in this community? So a big part of my mission is to stay in that backyard and hold space for the space holders out there in the community. It takes an immense courage to hold space fearlessly with an open heart, right? And a deep understanding and empathy, but also deep congruence. And what I'm discovering again and again and again through working with students, therapists, clients, my own journey of unfolding forever, is that we are not as afraid of of our critics, right? What we're really truly afraid is of love, and to tap into our innate wisdom and power. Not the kind of power over. This is the paradigm we're changing. The power that comes with an open, blasted heart. It's a fly. This is what our clients need from us. This is what our supervisors need for us. And we are here to provide that with the highest integrity and ethical responsibilities. And with a very tender attention to the dynamics. I'm fascinated by the unconscious and how it plays into our relationship. And very often we will catch parallel processes at play with my supervisees, and I'll guide them to really notice what might be happening. So we welcome everything. We don't reject any reaction. In fact, I tell my supervisees to be fully transparent in our relationship together. And they feel they can't do that because I also am very open about my own processes. So what else? Yeah, and in terms of contemplative understanding, I am deeply immersed in that in my life. I love to touch the mystical aspects of supervision, the embodied, that deep intuition that it's like a field that we can expand into and fall into with total surrender and trust that whatever you're brought through your door is exactly where life needs you to be, and uncover the learning and the insights that might come as a result of that. So yeah, anything else? No, I'm a little bit tired. I'm aware my energy is a bit low. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. And if this way of working in supervision resonates with you, whether you are a psychotherapist, qualified, or a supervisor, or a trainer in supervision and psychotherapy, or a holistic coach, get in touch. I have had the privilege to hold many groups. And for people who are also holding groups, that's another interesting area to work in that requires us to be trauma-informed, empowerment-informed, whilst also listening to that innate wisdom and essence within you that wants to shine your light in the world. So I'm here to support you and joyfully celebrate you.